Blake Snyder, named Hollywood's most successful spec screenwriter, explained in his best-selling book Save the Cat that a great title must have irony and tell the tale. The Wedding Weekend does just that. Hey folks, you're welcome to the review of The Wedding Weekend. The beautiful opening montage sets the pace for this production, but unlike what I regard as Damilola Mike-Bamiloye's vantage setup for movies, the bone of contention surfaces in the first scene, a pointer to what could happen when unresolved matters in the past are not brought to light at the right time. One of the first things that stood out for me in the movie was the dynamics of its dialogue. What could be the uniqueness of female vocal expression and lovers' communication styles, which are common phenomena in our society, are typified, coupled with batches of quippy lines, make The Wedding Weekend some fun to watch. Similarly, it adopts a technique I don't think I've seen before, using voiceover dialogue in a flashback scene where that dialogue could have been on screen. I salute this idea because it gave room for something I've hardly seen Joshua Mike-Bamiloye as a film composer do, playing the movie's original soundtrack during the film. Of course, that produced an emotional effect in the audience in what must have been a defining moment in Pastor Daniel's heart. What's more, this motion picture is a testament to aerial shots not being the only way to establish new scenes. With its brace of locations, it seamlessly moves from scene to scene with a handful of dissolved transitions, cuts, and exterior shots of the wedding venue, making creative use of limited settings. Speaking of the wedding, I deem it fit to alert Nigerian viewers in particular that the notion of introduction in the film's world is not the one that we're used to, and that context needs to be put in consideration for proper understanding. The acting in The Wedding Weekend was credible. Rosemary Adio, for one, renders her frenemy-esque Valerie with authenticity, showing that ability to switch between contrasting emotions in a twinkle. In a real-life situation, after the wedding festivities were over, Gabby would possibly reach out to her with the offer of salvation. Played by Tumishi Falana, she's as strong-willed a female character as I've ever seen, who constantly faces off with her "I didn't raise my voice" lover, Marvin, whose mother and brother also play their parts in the tense and light-hearted moments of this production. Marvin is one complex character, and like an onion, the screenwriter peels off his layers to reveal all that is beneath that secretive and impulsive exterior. This offends his father and his fiancée at different points and brings them into unforgiveness. It always amazes me that, though it's in God's nature to forgive, He places so much premium on forgiveness that He won't if we don't. True believers should therefore search their hearts and pardon anyone they might have held in that state. I opine though that a visualization of Pastor Daniel's ill health at some point in The Wedding Weekend would have concretized the toll that bitterness was having on him. The Wedding Weekend shows the power of new life in Jesus. As the Mary Magdalene character in The Chosen Season 1 puts it, "I was one way and now I'm completely different, and the thing that happened in between was Him." Only Jesus has that 360 degrees transformational effect on any man. However, it is important that those we may be bringing into our lives are put in the know of the old life. This is not only because it's fair to them, but because our enemy, the devil, has a knack for bringing up the covered or abandoned past into our present. There is also a note of warning when reuniting with old-time friends with whom you might no longer share the same values. Regaining lost trust might not be easy in relationships, but with the Holy Spirit working in our hearts, there is no broken bridge that is beyond His mending power. Conclusively, I love the end credits which were interlaced with the closing scene that we had all probably wanted for Marvin and Gabby all along. Alright, we've come to the end of this review. If you've seen the movie, please share your thoughts about it with me in the comment section below. The link to the movie is in the description. Till the next video, stay